All right, guys, make sure this mic's on. Cool. So we're going to be doing some coaches development stuff for you guys. We'll be doing more coaches evaluations here in the coming months. We're focused a lot more on training up Zeus, getting him ready before I go out for a little paternity leave. So he's good to go and in the class. So we're working on the whole coaching staff now. And this first piece here, so now we're going to be following along monthly coaches development themes. And this first month, we're focusing on group management. So the gym's growing. We're up above 200 members here, and classes are getting big. 5:30 a.m. is jamming. That's the hardest class of the day. The equipment's not set up. They're sleepy. A lot of times people are a few minutes late. So we sent out a little message asking people to be better about those things nicely. But it was directed a lot towards the 5:30 a.m. class because that's the class that causes a problem. And it's not a problem, but that's the class that has the hardest time with it. And it's the class that people need to be done on time the most at that same class. So it is definitely a big challenge for them and for us to get them through on time with the best experience possible without frustration, feeling rushed, or people not getting to work on time or cutting workouts short. So cheesy quote, but failing to plan is planning to fail. So we want to start thinking about this stuff probably on our way to the gym. Can start thinking about what's the workout. Have we read the coach's notes ahead of time? Make sure we're good on that stuff. So when we get to the gym, we got our 10 or 15 minutes pre-class. What are we going to do at this time? So that's what we're going to focus on today. Those pre-class 10 or 15 minutes. And even on the way in, thinking about also the organization of the room. So that way when you come in, all right, as members are coming in, it's 5:30 a.m. I'm going to ask people, hey, go grab a rower. We're going to go against the wall today. I want them almost touching each other. Don't leave random size gaps. We're going to have all the rowers out. By the end of class today, I need them all to fit, or I want all the bikes across the front like this, facing this direction, and put your dumbbells here, put your barbells there. Tell them where everything needs to go and the orientation of things like barbells, all the boxes. We want them in a line here so we have room to do this. So let people know what to get out, where you want it to go, and what direction you want it set up at that 5:30 a.m. class. And even if you've got 6 people, which would be rare, you need to set up or think about the setup for a 25-person class. So you don't coach 5:30 and 7, hand off to the 8 a.m. class, and then the room is not set up well for 25 people, and that coach is now screwed and kind of set back. So you want to set it up for everybody all day as you guys are getting the equipment out. You don't need to get all of it out necessarily. You need to have it set up so there's room to get everything out for a 25-person class. Then once you've kind of thought about that, you got them getting out their equipment, you can obviously help as well. And then also if it's middle of the day, you have those extra minutes, hang at the check-in computer. Which is a check-in computer. I've been in the afternoon, especially lately, watch people get done their workout, dripping with sweat. There's a few people that just love to put their score in a leaderboard right away. They throw in all the notes in the world and they just are pouring with sweat. It's a little less in the winter. But I head on over right when the class is done and I'm waiting for my next class. And I say, hey, I'm going to have to ask you to get off the computer right now, not tell them finish up. I literally say, sometimes I grab the mouse and click save and let them know this is the check-in computer. I need it. I have new members coming in. I have to check people in. So yes, you can use the phone, but that computer is for coaches at that time. Say, hey, if you like to use the computer, you can wait till I start my classroom brief and a class brief and you can come back. Otherwise, feel free to put your scores in on your phone. So let them know. Also say, hey, also the keyboard is dripping with sweat. It would be great if you could wait till you cool down and wash your hands before you come over here, especially this time of year, because it's disgusting. So that's what that computer's for. I would definitely recommend doing it. Just do it politely. So, you're not just like, if it's somebody like Bob, I just bust his stones. He laughs and hops off the computer. But if it's a new member, I wouldn't, I would just let him know, hey, I really need this. I need this computer now for my coaching. You're welcome to come back in a few minutes when I'm done. And nobody gives me any pushback except for, Bob, because we're friends and we can razz each other a little bit. So once you're there, check people in, meet those new members, ensure they filled out a waiver. If you haven't met them, that means they're probably new. Maybe they have CrossFit experience and they're just new to us. Maybe they're brand new. Ask about injuries, restrictions, all things that you can start remembering, thinking about how you're going to help them modify and set them up for the best workout. If it's a drop-in, go through the drop-in process and get them all squared away. Also, as your regular members come in between, greet them by name, high fives, fist bumps. If it's Dan or Jake, smack them on the butt. They love that. Whatever it needs to be. So get those people all by name. The goal in every class, in general, as a good rule, is to interact with everybody in class at least twice using their name, because people respond best and like to hear their name. So try to get that in when they walk in the door and at least once during class as you're coaching them. So start thinking through those modifications as you look around. We have current members. You might see, oh, so-and-so has been over there working with Dave on PT, going to make sure that I know they're working around their knee or their shoulder right now, or I have to ask and figure out what that is. Think about a couple modification options. You can tackle that pre-workout when you talk to them, or just have the ideas in the back of your head for when you interact with them in class. And it's going to save you time, prevent, multiple minute thought processes in the middle of the class where you have to think about modifications, ask them several questions, so you can help them out there. So also with assessing your class and looking around, what's the skill level? Do I have a 20-person class? 10 to 12 people have been doing CrossFit for less than 6 months. If we do a little teaching moment, a skill pull in, and we're teaching the deadlift like this week, I'm going to talk feet setup, where I put my hands on the bar, how to set my back. Setting my back is the most important thing. Just the basics. Get that done. Show them how to do that, and ask if there's any questions, and then get them going. Make sure everybody's lifting safely. You might have 8 people, all veterans, been doing CrossFit for years. Feel free to take 2-3 minutes and go deep. Give them performance tips, whatever helps with deadlifts, how to cycle heavier weights, how to set up racing belts. Get crazy with it. Have fun. Teach them the fun, sexy, cool stuff. If that's the appropriate group. If you teach that same class with all the newbies, the crazy stuff, they're in one ear and out the other. They're going to be overwhelmed, and then they're going to have questions that they don't even need to be asking because they don't even know how to set up, and they can't keep their back flat. And you don't need them worrying about performance tips of the deadlift. So meet the level of your class. We give you guys in the coach's notes, a focus, and I've been giving you guys things to teach there. But that's always something you can level up or scale down according to your class. Always fine to do that. If you have a small class, and no new members, ramp it up. And then also once you get everybody, greeted, checked in, you've met everybody, or just if you have a class with no new members and all veterans, feel free to start looking around the room and bringing up exciting life events. So-and-so's getting married. We just found out so-and-so's having a baby. If everybody knows, they announced they're having a baby. Who's got a race coming up? Who's doing a competition? Who's partnering up for Fall Brawl? Let's start to get people paired up, get you on the free agent list. JoJo's running the Chicago Marathon this weekend. Start talking about it. Ask her about that. People in class will look over at her and be like, whoa, that's amazing. This is helping JoJo be able to do that. This is going to help me to meet my goals. Turns her into like a gym class hero that people can look up to and hype up and get excited for. And they might follow her on Instagram and then, congratulate her afterwards, which keeps our members feeling awesome and keeps them happy and sticking around. And it inspires our new members and shows them what our veteran members are doing with their fitness there. So all of these things, pre-thinking, pre-planning, taking advantage of those 10-15 minutes. This is all before class even starts. It's going to buy you time and help you guys run a smoother, more efficient class, especially these big classes and classes that are full of newer members since the gym is growing. So feel free to give this a try. Start thinking about these things. Let me know how it's going. Give me some feedback. Ask more questions if you guys have them about this block of time, those 10 or 15 minutes pre-class, and what's working for you guys, so we can continue to improve our best practices, help you guys run smoother classes, and give our members the best experience possible.